Hey everyone, how are you doing today? In today's video I will be painting 3 watercolor portraits, each with a different mood and character. I thought it will be nice to create a calm, relaxing video where I can walk you through the process and share some tips that I have learned. So let's get started. I've already prepared the sketches. It will be 3 portraits, 1 guy on the left and 2 girls. I'm using my usual simple watercolor palette, a few regular brushes and some clean water. I usually start with very light tones by mixing yellow, brown and a touch of red by diluting it well with water. Since this is just first layer, I keep it light. I also leave out the highlights, the lightest areas, by simply keeping the paper right there. Once the first layer is dry, I mix a deeper brown shade to start painting the shadows on the face, neck and shoulders, adding a little bit more detail. Then with the third layer, I start working on all the facial features, the lips, nose, eyes and so on. That's when the portrait really begins to come to life. While the face dries, I usually paint the background with a soft beige tone. I don't like leaving white space around, it feels more complete with the background, even if it's simple. Once everything is dry, I go back in and finish the facial details to make it more realistic. Then I move on to the hair. This is a great place to get creative. Like I mentioned earlier, I first lay down a light base layer for the hair, and then I build up the darker shades to add depth and volume. I also enjoy adding some small personal touches like an earring or a neck tattoo to make the portrait more interesting and give it some character. Something a little unexpected, so it's not just another typical portrait that you forget next day. For the girl, I followed the same steps, starting with a light base and leaving the highlights untouched. As I build up the darker shadows, the portrait gains more depth. If you are painting from a reference photo, here is a tip. Squint your eyes while looking at the image. That helps you easily spot the darkest shadows and brightest areas, which really helps bring your portrait to life. Also, before working on fine details, I always wait for everything to dry completely. Watercolor spreads very easily on wet surfaces, and to avoid any frustrating smudges or accidents, it's better to be patient. Hair, in most cases, isn't just flat or stuck to the head. I usually paint small strands to add more volume and realism. For this particular girl, I decided to give her slightly darker skin and dark hair, just to make her stand out a little bit more. I followed the same layering technique, starting with the lightest tones and building up the shadows. Now here is something a little bit experimental. I decided to add a red rectangular stripe across her face. I'm not sure how it will turn out, but I hope it will add an interesting vibe. It looks exactly like I wanted. The final touch, I decided to add the eyes because my boyfriend said it looks kind of creepy without them. I also thought it would be fun to add some Japanese style graffiti in the background to give the whole composition a more complete and creative look. Thank you so much for making it to the end. I hope you enjoyed it and feel inspired to create something yourself. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will be very happy to answer. See you in the next video.